everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope you already have a nice day so far. Of course, we are going to make a new DIY. We are going to start with, of course, everything we need. We need the smaller tumbling towel blocks, of course, and I have always my little bag laying around with half blocks, little pieces, scrap pieces of the tumbling towel blocks I always keep on hand. Of course, the little container with everything inside. Just make your own container with everything you use. Of course, the most important is the wood glue, and I always use the brand Pattex, but I don't know if you can sell it outside of here, but I think every simple wood glue will be fine. Of course, I have here my paint, and of course this is just an example. Just choose any color paint you like. Of course, I have here my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue. You see already there's a lot of paint already in my piece, so it's a really old one. So what we're going to make for today, I'm going to make some perfume bottles. So we will see how this will turn out. I really have no idea. I never made a perfume bottle, at least not for my channels. So we will see how this will turn out. And you see already, I have now 2 rows of 12 on my table. So 2 rows of 12 blocks. And what I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to make my little bottle with a twist. So I'm going to make it that I can also put something inside. You can do it for some pens, for some markers, maybe for some greenery, for some flowers, that you can use it for more purposes than only this. You can do some cotton balls, you call it. Of course, you can use it in your, maybe just your bathroom. You can place it anywhere. So we're going to start with 2 pieces of 12. What I'm going to do very easy. I'm going to do some glue on 11 of the blocks like this. You just do them over here, very simple. And you leave 1 open. You do here the same, this way, and over here, and this one. And also with this row, you leave 1 open. You do very careful. You just place them on the side and roll them very gently together. This way, it's easy to do. You just make 1 row out of it. And this one, because I want to have mine a little bit thicker, it gives a little bit more like a high-end look. So again, squeeze them together gently, be careful, make a nice row. We do here the same, place them on the side, roll them together until 1 piece again, this one. And this is so easy to do, but it gives a little bit more like a nice high-end look. You also can place them flat on the table and then make your silhouette. But then it will be different. I'm going to go for this look. So I'm going to wipe away the glue also over here. Make sure and place it over here. Turn it over, wipe away your mat. And this one, again, if you're going to want to move your piece, always do it fast and turn it over. Then it doesn't fall apart easily. But when it falls apart, it doesn't matter because you easily glue everything together. Squeeze it. And again, go back and give it a couple of minutes rest. So you see, I place 1 straight up and I'm going to do some glue over here. Make sure that every block has a little bit of glue. And then we're going to place them together this way. And we're going to do it a little bit, only waiting a couple of minutes, because we do that so every gap can be filled in, because you don't want open gaps. And if you only wait a couple of minutes, you can easily squeeze it together. You can do it this way, like this. Always feel with the sides that you have them nicely on top of each other, this way. And we're going to let this dry. We place it on the side. We're going to get 2 blocks and we do some glue on top of each other. And we're going to place this straight, you see already, straight up this way. And we're going to wipe away the glue. Turn it over and do here the same. Make sure that you have a nice straight line. Then we're going to get 4 blocks like this. And we're going to do some glue on this one, some glue on this one. And we place them on top of each other this way. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Do some glue on the top side and place them together until 1 piece. And this. I'm going to wipe away the glue also over here, turn it over and do the other side the same. And that's of course also for this one. and we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So now we're going to get the 1 of 2 and we're going to glue this on the wider side. So you could do some glue on this side, not on the pieces which are doubling up, but on this side. You do some glue over here and you place it against here, and of course in the middle, like this. If everything is correct, you have 3 left over, 3 full pieces, and then in the middle of this one. And we do here the same. Do it on the wider side of the block, and of course you see already this is totally not right. You see already we only have to glue the middle and not the ending. So I'm going to pull off the glue and I only need to do the middle this way, and I'm going to place it on top of here, squeeze it and give it a couple of minutes rest to dry. So you see already it looks already like a kind of a bottle. So what we're going to do, we place this one aside and we're going to make of course the back side, and then we're going to do the in-between. So again, I have 12 pieces on my table, so 2 rows of 12 again, the same like we did with the other one, and we do some glue on 11 of this one again, and I do it a little faster so you don't have to wait too long. So I do here the same over here. It looks a little bit like a mess, and it is. It is really a mess, but it doesn't matter as long as it goes fast. So again, we're going to place them on the side, make a nice small row out of it, like this, over here. And the last, this is already one, give it some pressure. We're going to go for this one, place it together, and this is so easy to do. And now you get you a front side and a back side, but of course with a high-end look, and that's what you want. And of course squeeze it together, the same like we did with the other one over here. And I'm going to wipe away the glue and let it dry in for a little moment. So also on this side, we do some glue on the top, glue it together this way, fill in the open gaps and make a nice little piece out of it. Feel on the sides like this. And we're going to let this rest. I'm going to get again the 2 blocks. And why I do it also a little bit faster, because I want to be sure that both of them are having the same size, the front side and the back side. But if I wait too long, then I don't get them at the same size again. So again, 4 blocks like this again, over here, over here. You glue them on top of each other, place them on the side, squeeze it, and again one of them you do some glue on the tops and you fill them in together until one piece. And you're going to do also over here, you wipe away the glue, place it on the side, turn it around, also on this side, make sure that this side is clean. Also give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to make the same shape like the first one. So again, we take this one, do the wider side of the block over here, and we look for that we have it on the shape we want to have it. And now we do some glue only in the middle. I don't want to make the same mistake again, and I'm going to do this one. And again, feel with your fingers, press it together, wipe away the glue, and over here. Make sure that everything has it, and you can easily see if you have them fitting nicely. You see already, I have to go a little to this side because then I have it very in the same size I have the other one. So like this, and now I have both of them in the middle, and I'm going to look for the first one I have, and I place it on top, going to look, and if everything is correctly, then I have the same size, and you see already I have. So I'm really happy with both of the sizes. So I'm going to let both of them rest for at least 15 minutes. So now we have the front side and the back side of our perfume bottle, but we're going to do now the inside. We make a kind of a silhouette for the inside. So we can use it for an organizer. You can use it for some, like I told, some cotton balls, some ear sticks, if you call them. I don't know if you call them this way, but at least you know what I mean. So I have 6 rows of 2 over here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to easy row them together, do the smallest line over here and over here and this way, and number 5 and number 6. And we're going to squeeze it and make a straight line, and this way. Do the same here and over here. And I do it only 2 blocks wide, but you can do it if you want to have it even wider. Just go for 3, 4, it doesn't matter. Just make it as wide as you like, but I don't want it to have it too wide. So I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the top side, place it over here, do here the same, place it over here, do here the same, and we place this one, of course, on this side. Squeeze it, feel with your fingers, and over here. If you have a carpenter square, I tell you so many times that you don't have the problem, but I like it this way. So again, we're wiping away the glue, and we're going to let this rest at least for a minute or 5, 6. So now we're going to get one of the bottles, and we have our 3 pieces. What we're going to do, we are going to do some glue on this side, on the underside, on the smallest line, and we place this exactly in the middle. And if everything is correctly, you have a row of this one left over on the underside. So I'm going to give it some pressure. Make sure this way. I'm going to wipe away the glue, and I'm going to look for that I have it really in this line. Feel with my fingers like this. So if everything is correctly, you have 1 left over here and 1 left over here, and this is how it's looking like. So I'm going to place it down. Now I'm going to do some glue a little on this line over here and on the underside over here, and you place it exactly also at the ending of your bottle. You do here the same. We do some glue on this side. We turn it over, do some glue over here, and we place this one on this side. And we give it some pressure. Feel with your fingers that it stays inside of the bottle, because that's what you want. And I feel with my fingers over here to squeeze it together. This way, just take your time for it. That's the most important. See, I show you a little bit. You just make kind of a little like a box. And I'm going to give it some pressure on top. Just turn it around and feel with your fingers that you have it in the line you want to have it over here. And this way, press it down. And you do here the same. Feel with your fingers that you have it inside of your bottle, and then press it down. And if there is a lot of glue coming out, you just take a very simple small brush and you just go to the inside, and you're just going to wipe away the glue. Oh, you see already my piece is already gone of my brush, and I'm going to move away the glue, very simple. And then I'm going to let this one dry for a couple of minutes. And you see already we have here our second bottle. We are going to do some glue on the line of this one. Go over here and go to the top. And we're going to place this one over here. So if everything is correctly, he fits nicely on top of each other. And you just very simply give it a little bit of pressure. And feel with your fingers that everything is fitting nicely, and then you're going to press it down and going to let it dry in for at least, now I think 15 minutes. And so now we have the rows for the bigger bottle. We have 3 rows of 14. So again, you are going to do some glue, because I want to have this one also on the smallest line glued together. So not on the widest, on the smallest. So I'm going to do 13 of the blocks I'm going to do with some glue. So over here the same, and over here. And I know this takes a little bit of your time, but I do it as fast as I can. So you can even show the steps, but I don't bore you too much for the rows, but I have to do it. And number 13, and again, we are ready to place them down, because this one I want to have wider and a little higher. So again, we're going to row them easily together until one piece, and this one and the last. Give it a little bit of pressure, and we're going to fill and press. We do here the same, and then you see, and of course with this one also I did 3 rows of 14, but you can go maybe for 16, you can go for 4 rows of 16, so you can make it as high as you like. Only you have to also then make the middle piece where I make the a little bit that it is a kind of a box. You have to make that also a little wider, so the counting doesn't count anymore if you are making it wider or bigger. So I only give you the measurement for my size. So again, we're going to squeeze it like this, and we do here the same, squeeze at the ending, and you see he's still moving, he's still not totally settled. And this one is already a little bit better. So I'm going to wipe away the glue, the back side and the front side. So you see we have now our 3 rows, and we're going to place 2 of them straight up. We do some glue over here on this one, and of course on this one. We're going to place them together and this way, and we feel with our fingers, and we're going to press it together until one nice piece, and this way. And always also don't forget the sides, to feel that your sides are also a very nice side to have. So this way, and we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, while I was looking at my piece, I see I did 3 rows of 14, but of course it has to be 3 rows of 15, because I don't want to saw my pieces. So I'm going to glue very easy, some glue over here and over here, place 1 over here, do here the same, some glue and a little on the top, place this over here, and this one only on the wider side. And then we already have 1 piece extra, because or else I don't get a nice fitting for my middle piece. So again, so you need 3 rows of 15. Now we're going to make the back side. So you see already, I have now also the back side, 3 rows of 15. So not 14, 3 rows of 15. I'm going to do them a little faster, because or else this will take much too long for you. So you see already, I did the glue on my pieces, and I'm going to place them again on the side, the same like we did with the front side and with the other bottle. So again, and I do it as fast as I can, but always, if I don't know if you are also making a little videos out of it, but if you do, you are also knowing if you do it with the camera on, it really doesn't work, because how hard do you want to do it, bad it does go, because it doesn't work when the camera is running and you want to do it fast. Again, give it some pressure over here, and we do it over here also the same, start from the inside to the outside, and here the same. Now the last one, of course this one, and we work our way to the last one. And again, we're going to start and squeezing from the inside to the outside. Again, over here, feel with your fingers, and again, squeeze it until it doesn't move too much anymore. And we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. You see already, if you want to do it as fast as I do, then you get this kind of pieces flying around. And again, a couple of minutes. So now you see already, I place the first 2 again on the side. We do some glue over here and on this one. And we're going to place it down and over here, the sides also. And we're going to squeeze it. You can also give it a little bit of pressure. and be sure that everything is fitting nicely on top of each other. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes. So now we have our two little front side and a back side. Now we need to make the top, and of course we want to make it a little bit more different. So we're going to start again with this one. We have two of them. We're going to place them down and we're going to glue them together. This is the same like we did with the other one. Over here and this one, and of course we need this 2 times. So we do again one over here and again one over here, and we place it on the side, place this one on the side and squeeze it, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So now we're going to do some glue on the tops, and we roll this together, and here the same, and like this, squeeze it, squeeze it. And now we're going to let this rest also. Make sure that also the sides have a nice flat, smooth side. And again, some glue working away, and we're going to let it dry in also. Now we have 2 rows of 8, and again we're going to do some 7 blocks. We do some glue just on the front side and over here, and we place them on the side again, and we make also from this 8 1 row. Again, squeeze it. We do here the same, place them on the side, this way, and this way, and of course we're going to give it some pressure, and we're going to wipe away the glue also. So now we have these 2 pieces, we have these 2 pieces, and we have of course our top of our back side and front side. What I'm going to do some glue on this side, and we're going to place it in the middle, and of course you have 3 of them, and then you're going to do this halfway. So 2 3, and this the number 3 and 3, and this is halfway. And then we do this one also, place it on the side, we do some glue on top over here, and we place this also in the middle. And this is very easy because you have 8 blocks, and so you can easily do this in the middle of this one. I have to go a little to the side, and now I have it in the middle. So I get my piece over here, and of course I have to be careful to move it. I do here the same, do some glue over here, place it in the middle, over here, and then I'm going to give it some pressure, and we do here the same, we do some glue over here, and this one will be also in the middle, and this way. And now we're going to let both of them rest for at least 15 minutes. So what I also wanted to show you right now is that I measured my piece. Of course we have now we did 3 rows of 15. Of course it's fine, but we have to work with it because the measurements are not working. So we are first going to make the size, because I want to show you also if it doesn't fit, we are going to make it fit. So it doesn't matter how, but we're going to do it. So we are going to do 6 rows of 3. First we're going to make the size because they need to be on the place where it needs to be. So first we're going to do 6 rows of 3, and we're going to row them easily together like this. And that's what I mean with I'm also an amateur, and I'm always working my way through the DIY, and I have no idea if it goes right or wrong. And if you have some problem, you have to work with it and make sure that we're going to solve it. So we are going to make 6 pieces of 3, squeeze them together this way, and we're going to let them rest for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to turn them this way, and we're going to do some glue on the tops and over here. And we're going to make one nice piece out of it. We're going to squeeze it like this over here, and we do here the same. Some glue on the tops and over here. As long as our sides are fitting nicely, that's the greatest. And now we're going to work in a moment with the bottom to make it fitting. And you don't see it on the outside. That's the most important because you want to have a high-end look. But DIYing is also having problems. And the problems need to be solved. Turn them over. Do also this one and this side. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So you see already I have now 8 blocks in a row. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue 7 of them. So we're going to do number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6 and number 7. We give it some glue, but we are not gluing it this way. We are gluing one of the blocks. We go do stand up. So again, we're going to squeeze it. And if everything is correctly, and I measured out now correctly, then it has to fit. But you will see that in a moment if I am right or not. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes and wipe away the glue. So now you see we have one of our bottles. We're going to place it down and we are going to get the bottom. And this is, of course, he looks like this right now. You have 7 straight and number 8 is on this piece. So again, we do some glue over here, like this, and over here. And we place this exactly in the middle. And if everything is correctly, you have here one open and you have here one left open. So I hope you have the same that I have. This way. Now we're going to get again the sides. We're going to do some glue on this side, on the inside, and to the underside over here. And we place this one, of course, at the ending of our bottle from the sides. And again, feel with your fingers. And everything fitting nicely. And you do here the same. You do some glue on this side. And on the underside. And we place this, of course, against here. We're going to give it some pressure. And we're going to feel with our fingers that everything is fitting nicely. Over here. Give it some pressure and then we're going to let this dry in for at least 10 minutes. So you see now I have already the first one I showed you this way, and now you see everything is fitting nicely and you don't see that the inside has one block which is straight up and it's fitting right now. So always for every problem is a solution. So we're going to place this down, and of course what I'm going to do carefully some glue on this one and go around and go on top. Make sure that every block has a little of the glue. And we're going to place this one on top over here. And we're going to, when you have it in the place you want to have it, then you're going to give it some pressure. This way. And if everything is fitting nicely and you have it the way you want it, then let it dry in for at least an hour. So you see already our 2 bottles are dried in. And of course, with this one, we didn't use our jigsaw, our hand. So I'm really happy that everyone can make it. If you have the blocks, you can make it. Of course, I have here now my paper piece of kitchen towel. And I'm going to do some white paint on top of here. And I'm going to paint both of them white. But you can go as crazy as you like. You can do any color, any brand. You don't have to do anything I do. So I'm going to do both of them first in the white color. And of course, I'm going to do also a little piece of the inside, not the whole piece because you don't see it. I'm just doing a couple of centimeters for the inside, that when you look inside of it, it doesn't look strange, because you don't want that it has not a nice high-end look. So we do a couple of centimeters inside of our piece. And this paint is not totally covering because I like that, but if you want to have it a total covering, then you have to do maybe with your paint or my paint at least a couple of times. So I'm going to just do the inside, and of course for the lid of on top, I will do, of course, totally paint it because you will see that. So I'm going to take my time for it. I won't bore you with that. And you see ready, both of them are now painted. I'm going to let them dry, and when he is dry, we are going to make the etiquette which will be on the top of, you could maybe call it tag for in front of it. At least that's what we're going to make. So now I place my little smaller one bottle on top of here. I'm going to do a little bit of the darker gray, but it's almost black. So I'm going to do a little bit over here. And I'm going to make with this one, I'm going to make a square. So I'm going to use a brush which has a little bit of the smaller sides like this, you see. And I'm going to get my black piece, I'm going to dab it, and I'm going to make just a little square in between, and I'm just going to measure out where I want to have it over here. And then I'm going to paint it in the black. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's almost perfect, but later we're going to do a little gold mark around it. So I'm going to make yeah, it's not a square, it's more like a rectangle piece in between here. So you see, this is what I mean. I just made a little rectangle in the black color on the front side. Of course, you can also do the back side if you want to have them on both sides. So you can choose what you want. I do it only on one side, and I'm going to let this dry, and now we're going to do the bigger one. So for the bigger one, I'm going to make a rectangle, kind of a square, in the pink color, lighter pink. So I only do a little bit of the red through the white, because I don't need the white anymore. So I mix it up, of course, not too much. First, only a little, and then we're going to mix it and just go through it. And if it is a little bit too much, you also can fill in a little bit of the white extra. So again, this is only a little light pink color, but of course, change up anything you don't like what you see. You can easily make it your own. And again, we're going to dab it to make sure that we don't have a darker piece red on our. And then we're going to place it, of course, also over here. I'm just going to start, and I make a same kind of a square for on top of here. And also over here I have my little, yeah, it's almost a square in the pink color, and I'm going to let this one dry also. So now everything is dried up. I'm going to make now a nice line around my little rectangle, and I do it in the gold color. So choose any color you like. Maybe you like another color better. It's also fine too, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to look for if I have the smaller side or the widest. This is a smaller side, and I'm going to get my ruler, and I'm going to very gently, I'm going to make a nice line with my gold color. But I take my time for it. Always take your time for it, because you don't have to wait for it, or it takes a little bit too long of your time. So I show you, this is how he's looking like. And of course, in a moment we're going to do some letters inside of here, and I chose for the Chanel bottle, and of course Dior. But of course you can take any brand you like. You don't have to do anything like I do. Just choose anything you are fitting for your decor. So I'm going to go now for my bigger one, and the bigger one will be, I think, also with the gold color. Again, I'm going to do very gently. I'm going to go over here and make a gold line around it, and I take my time, because you see, if you take your time, it always works a little bit better than if you don't take the time. So I'm going to go, and again, I'm going to start with my line over here this way. So you see, this is also the front side of this one. What I'm going to do, I have here my little bag with some wooden letters in colors, in black, in white, in every color, and I can change it up with my marker. I have here my words. This will be Miss Dior, and of course I'm going to make the letters in the black color. So I have my black marker over here, and I'm going to paint the letters in the black color. Then I'm going to glue them on top of here. So what I always do is always lay down my letters before I'm going to glue it on top, because I always want to see first where I want to have it, because I think you always can glue once. And I'm going to do this one a little bit in a round, and this way. And like I told you, you don't have to do it the way I do it. So of course you see it backwards right now, but in the moment you will see, when I have the results, you will see it the right way. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to go this a little bit in the middle, over here and over here, and this way. And now I'm going to glue it. I just do it with my wood glue. So I'm going to do the letter M together with you, because or else if I do the whole words and the other words for the other piece, then you will be very bored. So again, I don't squeeze it yet, I do the rest a little faster. So I have my lettering on top. I'm going to get my gold marker, and of course I'm going to make little rounds in between. So over here, just make a simple little round, and just, now I don't know why this one doesn't work. He only works when you have him on the flat side. But that's not really great, because I need to have rounds and not flat side. So I have to look for if I can do it and then make a little round this way. So I'm going to take my time with, so I make little dots on top of here in gold. So this is how it's looking like right now. I know, like I told you earlier, it is backwards, so don't worry. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to do the second one also. And of course for this one will be Chanel number 5. Of course I'm going to get my gold marker again, and I'm going to mark my black letters in the gold color. So I'm going to, very easy, take my time, and I'm going to make this gold. Also on this one I laid it already on the on my bottle, and I'm going to now glue it together, because I was looking if it will fit alright or not. So I'm going to glue this now on top of here. So now I have both my bottles finished, and of course we want to let them look more like bottles more and more. So we have now a piece of ribbon, and this one is a little bit too wide. It's a velvet ribbon. You can choose any ribbon you like. So I'm going to do my glue gun on, of course my hot glue, and I'm going to make a little start, because here on this side, which for me is white, because I place it on the back side. So I'm going to start in the inside. I'm going to start only with one layer around over here. So I'm going to do a little bit of glue on this side, and I'm going to bend it together, because I want to have a little bit of a smaller piece of ribbon. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do some glue on the outside, and I'm going to place it on the inside of my bottle over here. I'm going to wait a little moment, then I'm going to be sure, of course I need to wipe away the glue. I'm going to bend it double. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do this also double. I'm sorry, my dishwasher is going. And again, I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to cut off a little piece like this. I'm going to do a little bit glue on the inside. I'm going to bend it together. Make sure that we have a nice ending. Keep it in place for a little moment. And then we're going to do some glue on the outside, and we place it on the inside. Very easy. We're just going to go over here and this way, and you see already I have a little bit too long, so I'm going to glue it over here. Make sure I'm going to keep it in place, and I'm going to cut off the rest of the piece, and I'm going to make sure that I glue also a little bit on the inside this way. And now I'm going to cut off this piece, and then I show it you a little closer. You see already, I'm already under the glue, wiping it away. And you see this is this way, and he's this way on the inside. So we have a nice little rounding around our piece. And now I'm going to do on the front side the same, but I won't bore you with that. I do this a little faster. So now I did it also on the front side, and now I'm going to give it a little bow on top of here. But I do a simple bow, make it as big as you like, but I'm going to make it a very easy and simple bow over here. So now I have both of them. They have a little piece around their neck, and of course they have a little bow. You see in a moment a quick impression, because I'm going to decorate the inside and I'm going to film it off. And of course I really hope you give this one a try, and you don't have to saw your wood because it is without sawing. So I hope you give this one also a try. And here you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling tile block perfume bottles. I hope I say it right. Of course everyone, I hope you enjoyed this, and of course everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!